Django. Django.
We've now entered the lab with Elvis Escobar, depressed Heat fan for Sama. Episode 25. Obviously, we all know how last night ended. Happy Memorial Day weekend and day, because we're recording this on Monday night. Last night was a tough Game 7 for you. But, Boston Celtics move on. Boston Celtics shook us both in the last month. So, how was your weekend, man?
Look.
Dramatic.
I'm so hurt, bro. I'm so hurt. This weekend, I was sick.
Literally and figuratively.
Literally sick. Like, Thursday at work, I just, started feeling mad hot. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just because I'm working. I'm in the warehouse. It's 90 degrees. And I sat down for a little bit. And I went to get up, and my legs were like, nah, bro, where you think you going? You're not going anywhere. And the lady, Ellie, that works with me, she grabbed a little thermometer because she saw me just, slump like this on one of the couches. She's like, Danny, you all right? I was like, no, I'm not good. And she, got it close.
My man
to
got
my
that
head.
heat before the heat.
It was 100.6. And I was
Sheesh.
like, oh, fuck. That was Thursday night. I just got home. I don't even think I ate. I just took a shower. I went to sleep in a hoodie and sweatpants. Did the same thing Friday night just to sweat this fever off. Saturday I was good. Besides, and then Sunday, Bro. Why, bro? Why? I just wanted to make the finals, man.
Yeah, that itself is a big accomplishment. I know. I look at back at the New Jersey Nets. If they made back-to-back, we lost to two dynasties back in the day, but we held our head at making those finals trips. And the fact that Boston was back at it, in another Eastern Conference Finals, another Game 7, you guys were back at it, and all these other teams are creating super teams in the East, and yet, you guys with those two teams with a strong foundation for a few years have been consistent. So,
Boston, man, they're really good. Jason Tatum is really good. Jaylen Brown is really good. I'm glad Al Horford got it. He's been there for a while. He deserves it. But I really hope the Warriors win because I cannot live in a world where Marcus Smart gets a ring before Jimmy Butler. That can't happen.
Yeah, it's I don't want Boston to win. I'm rooting for the Warriors. I think the Warriors will win. That's not really a hot take, but they got the better team won. The better team will win in this series as well. But yeah, it's gonna be a great finals this weekend for me. Dude, partying back-to-back days is not a thing that I could do in my 30s. I had a party on Saturday. Real Madrid, European champions of the world,
14 times.
Yeah, shout out everybody who came through. I've watched 4 finals with Real Madrid in the with Mo, and 4-time champions, 4 in a row, 100%. A lot of pressure on TT, his brother, because it was his first time watching the finals with me. And, they're European. They got, they created a new league this year. I know last episode I said shout out Roma because they have Real Madrid won the tier 1 European champion. And then there's a tier 2 and a tier 3. Obviously, they would both say that, a champion is a champion. But
That's true.
They basically have like two other NIT tournaments. It's so funny in Europe. So that is a part of the reason why I have no voice. So excuse my raspiness more than
I'm
usual.
right there with you.
Yeah, for different reasons.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I tweeted that I sound like a white woman that's been smoking cigarettes for 17 years the other day.
And you look like one too.
Yeah. Fuck Trav. Trav said that shit.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he was like, "You look like one too." And
Oh, I
like,
didn't
he
even see
fucking
that. That's
liked it.
funny.
Like, yeah, bro. Like, I can't say shit on Twitter these days without getting any kind of hate. Like, that's just life right now, bro. It's just how life is.
So episode 25, not much news in general, not much debates kind of going back and forth. So this will be a short and sweet episode. Subscribe, follow, tell a friend, all that good stuff. Link in bio. Is there anything about Game 7? Obviously, you got the Max Strus replay or no call and then whatever. Just explain that real quick because I was watching it, but I didn't hear a lot of the words that were commentating that was going on during the game.
First of all, Jeff Van Gundy had something. Like, he had something going on. Like, either he was mad sick like me.
Yeah, I did hear. I was watching the game right before we started coming in. His voice did sound. I was like, "Is it my TV?"
He had that
or
Colombian
does he sound
sinus
weird?
flu, like something he had going on, bro. He left Tootsie's like mad early that day, like what? Because the announcers like were mad.
Mike Breen, right?
Yeah, no Mike Breen. That was kind of good because I don't know how I would have reacted like to his voice after that Jimmy shot at the end. Like that shit would have killed me.
Yeah.
But no, that's Strus 3, bro. Like when I seen it, I was like, oh shit, he's probably out, And then you see the replay
Out of bounds, right?
Yeah, out of bounds, and you see like the replay and like his heel's kind of like above the line, and then there's some angles where like, his heel kind of looks like it just touches the line, but you don't know if the ball's out of his hand or not. Like it was just a crazy bang bang play. And the worst part about it was they didn't even like review it like right after. They waited like 4 or 5 minutes of game time probably to go back and change it. Like Spo even said it. He was like, if you go back and change it right after, like you suck it up. You just say, all right, whatever, and you move on, you figure it out. But like after a few plays already, you've gone back and forth on the court a few times, like that changes the game. And then, it's basketball. A lot of shit's going to happen in a little bit of time. Like it's a game of runs. We all know this, but you're down 2 with 20 seconds left when Jimmy takes that 3. Like it just, we're up 1 at that point. If they keep that, like I'm just going based off whatever, I don't know how the flow of the game would have changed if that 3 would have stayed. But they never go back and take a 3 off. They just go back and say, hey, they check if it's a 2 or a 3. Mm-hmm. And like there's been a lot of, stuff from Heat beat writers tweeting about it, going back and forth with, like NBA officiating in the last 2 minutes, stuff like that. And there were a lot of missed calls both ways. So, it sucks that like we have these old ass refs that, take the game into their hands, but there's really not much we can do at this point.
Yeah.
And you live and die by that, like by that 3. Like when I saw it, I was already like, oh fuck. But like Jimmy Butler, the way he played this series, especially game 6, game 7, he earned that right to take that 3. He earned the right to take whatever fucking shot he wants. Mm-hmm. Granted, it's not his game. It's not who he is. It's not a shot that's like you're gonna like be like, all right, like cool. Like it's not Steph. It's not Clay. It's not KD. Yeah. Like it's not those shooter guys. But hey, that's our superstar.
Top if it goes in, we're talking how it might have been the best like 2 or 3 game stretch. In postseason history, and obviously it still is. That one shot doesn't diminish what he did, but damn, to nail that 3 and then go up 1 with, I think there was like still another 20 seconds left, which Boston still could have pulled it out at the end. Right. You never know, but
then you rely on your defense, like and
exactly
that's our bread and butter, So like, I can't hate, bro. I can't hate. Like, we need another scorer. That's it.
Yeah, that's definitely correct. Kyle Lowry's always on the floor. And obviously the Tyler Hero injury was, I think, the big factor
Big
in all
time.
this. Yeah,
Big time.
because he's the only other scorer or consistent scorer on the team that could get it, not just from threes, gets it in
Yeah.
different ways. He's a ball handler, and
And
that was big.
he just creates plays, whether it be his, step backs or like passing the ball. Like teams are going to focus in on him. He's not like Strus where it's just like pretty much catch and shoot. Like
Yep.
he's going to do his thing on the basketball court, and missing him for those big games. Like he suited up for game 7, but he wasn't a factor. Like he didn't even play the second half. I don't think. Like
He
was
did
like
play.
me out
I
there.
wasn't even aware. He was like you out there.
Yeah.
You did as much as he did that game.
Pretty
He
much.
did play a few minutes in the first half.
Yeah, he played a little bit in the first half, but he was not effective at all. Like you could like groin injury, bro. Like any of
Yeah,
these like
that's
soft
tough.
muscle tissue stuff, like groin, hammy, calf, like that stuff ain't no joke, bro. Like
In a high intensity game, like
yeah,
the game's moving just a little percentage faster and more intense, and you're coming back after being out 2 or 3 games. So that's definitely tough.
It's the 2 best teams in the conference. Like you already know what you're gonna get. So just good thing that he tried to get out there, but he probably should have just chilled.
Yeah, I've sit on the bench like the rest of us. Let's see. So that's it. So Warriors Celtics NBA Finals on this Thursday. They get a few days off. Definitely, Warriors handled their business early, so they've had over a week off now. Boston definitely going back-to-back series against 2 really good teams. Game 7s need the rest, need those 3 or 4 days off.
Yeah.
But who do you got overall? Just looking at Warriors Celtics.
I think it's going to be a lot closer series than what people are saying. I see a lot of people saying, whether it be trolling or not, Warriors in 4, Warriors in 5, but I can't say that after what I've seen Boston do against the Nets. Like, the Nets were pretty much full force. Like, granted, like they didn't have Joe Harris, but you do that against Kyrie and KD, like you sweep, that's impressive by itself. Then you go 7 against Milwaukee. Yeah, sure, they didn't have Chris Middleton, but that's Giannis.
Yep,
Like,
they're
that's
still
Giannis.
they still got depth. They added to that
That's
team.
no easy task. And then, you play against Miami, which Miami doesn't have now. I mean, now everyone knows who Jimmy Butler is. They should have known who Jimmy Butler is, but no one ever talked about Miami. We were, the least respected 1 seed probably in the history of the league. But you go 7 against them, and sometimes we say, hey, we want that series to go 7 so it could be, worn out or whatever, but they're battle tested.
Yeah, for sure.
They're battle tested. So, yeah, Golden State got that experience. I think it goes 6 or 7, and I'm going to take the Warriors just because I can't have Boston win a ring. Like, I can't live in a universe with Marcus Smart gets a ring before Jimmy Butler. I can't do it. Like, it's going to kill me. And I would love to see Steph get another one. And just that
Klay Thompson after coming back from those
yeah.
injuries.
Yeah, it would be nice to see. I think Warriors pull it off in 6 or 7.
Yeah,
But they're like
Warriors
minus
in
160
6.
for the series. I'm not touching that. I'm done gambling, bro. I'm done gambling. I texted my bookie. I was like, yo, cancel my account till football season.
Yeah, don't accept any bets that I put through, please. Yeah, it's gonna be a good finals. I seen today that Tatum wore, because I forgot about this, that Tatum wore the 24 Kobe Bryant armband. That was dope. I'm sure he'll get fined for it, because I don't think you could wear not your team's colors or something like that, because think about it. I mean, he'll happily pay it. Obviously, he knew. But as a league, they can't allow players to just wear whatever gear they want. You know what I mean? Then things get crazy. You allow athletes to just wear whatever brand they want.
Yeah, a lot of people are giving him shit about that. Like, oh, how you a Celtics player, like wearing Lakers stuff, blah blah blah. Bro, like
that's a lame take. Yeah, that's lame.
That's bigger than basketball. Like that's
way bigger.
It's not even about hoops at that point. Like. You're just mad that you didn't know Kobe personally. Like,
exactly, yeah.
You don't have something to live for like that, like, or play for, like, bro, like.
It has nothing to do with any team. It's about a human being. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that.
Literally, I was glad that he wore it. You know, it was a good touch. And man, I love Jason Tatum so much. I really want
Yeah,
to see him win a ring, but just not in the Boston uniform, bro.
bro.
Just,
I googled it. I have to Google it all the time because you just said the same thing about Luca. Like sometimes you need to Google to make sure. Like, dude's 24 years old.
yeah, yeah,
Like that's dumb as fuck.
yeah. And you know, he's only gonna get better, bro. Like he's 4-1 in game sevens in his career, and that one L was when he was a rookie against LeBron.
Yeah,
Like, come on, this dude is serious. He's next up. Like him and Luca are just gonna take over the league soon, bro, and it's gonna be fun to watch.
yeah. I get. Yeah, you could see. You know, in the next couple of years, either Luca winning an MVP or Tatum or something like that. Because now they have, you know, as long as their teams are top tier, top three in each conference or something, those the league is. And we talked about it last couple episodes. The league is in great hands.
He's
Like,
built for it, bro. He's built for
yeah,
the moment. Like he doesn't shy away from it. I mean, he was at Duke, bro. Like it's shit. There's just some players that you know from seeing them what they're gonna do.
100%. So yeah, we'll continue to talk about the MV finals starting with
Who you
episode
got? Who you
26.
got?
I said Warriors in 6.
Warriors. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked I don't mind the Warriors winning. You know, I always like if I'm unbiased about two teams, obviously Boston, any Boston team, I don't want them to win at all. So it's like that's never going to be. I'll never take a Boston team ever to win. So it doesn't matter. That's by default. But I always picture like, all right, if the Warriors win, does it annoy me? Is it will you know what I mean? Because like that's all it is. At the end of the day, I don't feel anything towards it. It just will I have to not watch ESPN for the next month? Is what I'm trying to say. Is like I don't mind the Warriors winning because they battled back as an organization. They went through some shit. You know, they weren't giving it. They got some up and coming players, young players. They got role players that are playing out of their mind. So like it's like how do you root against them? They're doing it the right way after quote unquote buying KD and all that. They
Right.
still showed that they could get back to it with the same core.
Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive.
I need Steph to get a Finals MVP just cause that'll literally be it. Like he'll be
Yeah, they'll have everything checked off.
pretty much. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun just seeing that Boston defense against that offense, Warriors offense. I think it's gonna be a lot closer series than a lot of people are talking about. So I'm gonna watch it just because I love basketball, but
Yeah, of course.
I it sucks, man. It really sucks.
You'll get over it. It'll take a few days. Like it took me 2 to 3 days. You know, obviously me getting swept. We were battling uphill without having our players and all the drama, but you guys, it'll hurt you more. Not because you didn't get swept. Game 7, you're like right there. You're a couple baskets away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why it would hurt more for you because it's
And
like
then you're down like 12, and then like they cut it to like 2 with like 20 seconds left.
Out of nowhere.
And, like they just got my hopes up again, and I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
oh fuck. And then the stream went down, bro. My fucking
Oh, for
stream
you?
went down. Yeah, I'm trying to refresh this shit. I'm trying to click on different ones. I'm trying to go on buff streams. I'm trying to fucking do everything. None of them are working, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta do this through the ESPN app. And then I went on my phone and I figured it out, and like. Oh, just to see Jimmy pull up and transition. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, dog. I was so, oh, dog.
that's funny. Well, that wraps up basketball, and then we'll talk about more about it. But what else happened? It was a very slow sports week and not much going on. The only other thing that I don't know you wanted to talk about and share with was some boxing. So go
Yeah,
into
boxing,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis did his thing. This dude is incredible, bro. I really don't know how he does it. I don't know where he finds his power from. He's 5'5.5". Okay.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
He's small, bro. Like he's shorter than my mom.
That's wild.
Like, but he is 27-0 with 25 knockouts.
Wow.
That is stupid, bro. Like,
And what is he like? Isn't what is he?
He's
What
young.
like weight division is that? Like straw weight
He's
or
like
something like that. Like
135. Like he's
yeah, that's
he
Jesus
weighed in.
Christ.
He weighed in at
5'5", 135. That's
he
nuts.
weighed in at 133 and 3/4 pounds or some shit.
That's
Like way
crazy.
under. Yeah, yeah. But he's so funny, bro. Like he's just unintentionally funny,
Mm-hmm.
and like I just want to share like the dude he fought can't sell a fight like promo wise to save his life. Like if my brother said if someone was burning money outside, they still wouldn't buy his fight. And like I just want to show y'all how this dude was talking shit before the fight. Like this dude is hilarious, bro. Like, hey, kudos to him, pay-per-view fighter, blah blah blah. He's young too, but he need to learn how to talk some shit because this is not it.
Man, I just want to say I'm excited to be here on Showtime. You know what I mean? I might be honestly the youngest. Well, I mean, as far as like record wise, like as far as like all the YouTubers and stuff, with the exception of them, I might be the pay-per-view fighter with the least amount of fights. You know? But I mean, you guys gonna
But
see
I
the sound. I'm gonna knock
mean,
this dwarf the fuck out. That's how it is. You hear that? I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. Flatline.
flatline.
You damn fucking scared? What the fuck am I scared of? You literally, man.
With his fucking
You a
little jacket
stupid
on.
fucking dwarf, man. I'm telling you, man. I can't even mess with your fucking head. Can't even mess with your fucking
I love his reaction. There's no reaction.
your fucking little T-Rex arms, man. My dick is in your fucking arms. Yeah.
He's trying to sell the fight. I'll give him that, but yeah, you got to come with some at least a little bit of rehearse. You gotta come with a couple bars premeditated and then kind of go off the flow. And none of that was premeditated or smooth.
No, like T-Rex arms, bro. And then on the other hand, you got Tank, who's from Baltimore. He kind of has some little shit talking stuff. He knows what he's doing. He's been there, done that. He says this, and you got Jim Gray with an insane reach.
It's crazy.
Bro, why are we holding boxers to higher standards than fucking politicians? The people that make the laws. Like, for what, bro? Like, he just knocked dude out. Like, if the ropes weren't there, Rolly would have fell out of the ring. And then you got to say that. Like, come on, bro. Like, no one wants to hear you talk, bro.
That did happen after we recorded last week. So, obviously, T's and P's and all that good stuff. But things got to be, we could just say words. That doesn't mean anything. But we could all agree that something's been out of control or it's been wild for many years in our country. And as a society, as how we go about rules and laws and regulations, and we got a group of people talking about, instead of talking about guns, they're talking about how they should have one door instead of multiple doors and they should be locked. Like, all right, let's not talk about the actual problem. Let's talk about how you know what I mean? It's like, that's how you know it's a bigger issue and it's more complex than simply like, make a new law that does this. It's like there's so much money behind it. There's so much political back and forth that you got one side talking about the locks on doors and how they, you know what I mean? They're just avoiding the real conversation. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, guns ain't going to go nowhere, bro. Like,
no, they won't.
That's just a...
Guns are America.
How we are as a country. We just got to do a better job of like who gets these guns, how we sell them, how I saw a tweet that said that when you buy a gun, you need to have the same process as when a woman wants to get an abortion. And that was some real shit. I read the tweet. I was like, yeah, that's how it should be. But unfortunately,
they make you do some real things to get that procedure done where it's like, getting a gun in most states or whatever, it's like, you're 18, you go in here, like, it's just wild that you don't have any background medical. Yeah,
it's harder to get a pistol than to get like a shotgun or like a semi-automatic rifle, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know.
See,
I mean,
that's why I
I got
always
my
say.
gun pretty easily, but like,
There you go. Yeah, and you got it. What, in the state of Florida?
yeah, I got it in Florida.
Like I always say, if it doesn't make sense, it's because money's involved. So
Always.
whenever
Always.
you're like, oh, that don't make no sense that you could do this over that, it's because if you follow the money, it's always something bigger than you think, politically or corporations or all these things. So
Yeah.
it's a shame.
The assault rifle shootings dropped like 43% after good old Bill Clinton banned them. And then 2004, I think it was, when the Republicans let it expire, they shot up like 245%. So
Wild.
it's wild times, bro.
Yep.
Wild times.
I'm glad we touched on it only because, every platform and everybody had an opinion, ESPN, things that don't have to, whatever it is, as long as you're saying an opinion that's for the good of people and human beings to move us forward, I guess say what you want, but I wanted to touch on it for a little bit because
For sure.
it's a sensitive subject. It's like that thing. So much talk gets talked into pro-life, like just that phrase, right? And it means something politically, but it's like we really know we're not acting like we're pro-life in general. By some of these decisions being made, like it's just wild. Like all these decisions and it's gonna keep happening. I hate to even say it. Like I said it the other day. It's like it's only gonna go up, and it's not because I want it to. It's like because nothing has been done, and nothing looks like it's gonna be done to even stop it or slow it down. And people are going young people are going insane. Literally, what it is, and these people are young.
Yeah.
Young. Right? It's not a 50-year-old that has resentment, that was in a war, right? It's not an ex-military guy that is dealing with. It's just an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, just going through whatever they're going through, and that's how they're handling it. Wild stuff.
It was so sad, bro. Like I kind of just try to stay off Twitter like, right after that happened.
Yeah,
and the next
I had to log off a couple times.
Like some of the stuff that I saw, bro, was just so sad, and like you watch it and you're like, man, why do people need to see that? But then you're like, they need to see that because this is real life. Like, this is what happens. Like, I saw a video, like, one of the fathers of one of the girls that passed away. I don't know if you saw it.
I did.
He was like a paramedic, and he was helping out one of the girls, bro.
Crushed
Dog,
me.
I'm sitting in the warehouse, like, we're already finished, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, trying to hold it in, bro. I'm trying to hold it in. And he like asked the girl, like, hey, like, she's like, oh, my friend's dead. And she's like, who? He's like, what's her name? And it was his daughter, bro. And like,
that's how you find
like,
out.
Bro, that's how you find out, like, when you're helping. And like, dude, I can't imagine, like, and what he went through as a father, bro. And like, just like he was saying how he had to tell like the younger son, who's 3, like, his sister's not going to be there anymore. And like, bro, that stuff is like gut wrenching, dog. Like there's no words. There's nothing that you can put together because that's something that you're only going to feel if you're a parent or if you go through that kind of shit. And that's why it needs to be seen, and Anderson Cooper was doing a great job of kind of just like, keeping it together and just being there. But that shit's sad, bro. Like, I don't know how you kill kids, bro. Like, they not doing nothing, bro. Like, what did they do to you? They're in elementary school, bro. Like,
and it's whack, bro. And for me personally, like having, like, before my first nephew, like I didn't have a kid in my life that I watched from birth all the way. Nobody, kind of family wise, we're very small and whatever. And now, like, picturing when I heard that, it's like, now you could actually, I personally could relate it to someone I know in that age group and be like, like, obviously you don't want to picture it, but you need to sometimes visualize it so it makes you appreciate things. Like you said, sometimes you need to see some graphic shit to be like, oh, wow, like, I know it's tough. I know a lot of people avoid it, but sometimes it's in a way healthy to understand and try to feel as much as real as possible because you get to appreciate. So all of a sudden I'm like, imagine talking to my nephew on a Monday and then the next day just something happened where he went to school and didn't come home. Like,
Went to
I can't
school.
even
Went to
nuts.
at all places like school, bro. Like,
School, right? Where it's like 100%, no question about it, right? The only thing you might have to deal with, like, oh, he got bullied. Oh, he got, some, things that everybody go through to this day, even at work as a grown adult. But like, not that. That's crazy. So yeah, hopefully, hopefully nothing like that ever happens again,
bro,
and
I
we
can't
could
find
make some
the
laws.
picture now. Yeah, I can't find the picture now, but school shootings in the U.S. it's like 282 this year. The next country is like 8. So
Yeah, it's like there's some numbers that are, and obviously that could be fluffed in a way where it's like they might count one or the other, even if that number's 20. Like, even if that number's 20, like, take off 250, like, that number's still insane. The number is still insane if it's 1, right? That could, you know what I mean? But obviously you're not going to be 100% because things happen. But out of those mass shootings, how many are like racially driven? Kids, like, people are premeditating this stuff. It's not things that just, I had a gun and then this happened. Somebody ticked me off and I did it. It was like people are planning these out days and weeks or months ahead,
bro. Like, all this shit, like, it's sad, bro. This is the world that we live in, and like, just we got to deal with this shit. Like, if I have kids, bro, my kids ain't going to school, dog. Like, he's staying at the crib.
Yeah, we're fortunate to be in a situation where I think we're gonna, at a young age, around that age, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. Homeschooling, because not because of this, but we always have that mentality where it's like they could get their social aspects in other ways outside of school, but I'd rather shape the mind and of my own children as much as I can versus some stranger that is getting paid nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they're miserable, not all of them, but that's a lot of responsibility you're putting in another human to go, here, raise my human. Go take my human for 40 hours a week. Like, what? That's a lot.
I saw a tweet that said teachers getting paid like $35K a year, and now you want them to be the Avengers too. Like,
bro,
teachers don't need to be carrying guns. Like, that's not what we.
No, I don't think that's it,
bro. No, that's not the resolution to all this.
Yeah, I don't think that's the answer. Here's more weapons. Here's more ammo. Like, to battle more ammo. Like, nah, that probably isn't it. It could be it if other things are done and try out new things, but I don't think that should be the first step. All right, well, I'm glad we mentioned it, talked about it, because it's real life, and on this pod, we like to talk about real life shit other than sports and entertainment. So, what else we got here, brother? Chat again. Real Madrid, 14-time champion. Shout out Mike, Liverpool. He gave me a nice little voice note. He was very humble about it. He sounded a little sad, which he should, but we were the better team that day. The better team won. I love that. I'm gonna keep saying that, Doug. Yeah, one nothing. And it's funny because in the beginning, the first half, Liverpool should have went up like 2-0, 3-0. Our goalkeeper, Courtois, which is former Chelsea player, dude, he was everything. Easily. He lets right time, right place, perfect situation. He could have I would have been okay if he allowed 2 of the goals, like, because they were so outrageously saved, but he saved them. So there's a couple of plays that they should have at least had 2 on the board. And, hey, good defense beats good offense most of the time. I mentioned it to you, dude. Formula One, it's my new sport. Add it. Formula One,
that shit now,
bro. And it's funny because I've been seeing it. Like I said, Gravy was one of the first. I know Mo. A lot of the Europeans I know. Mo's dad. They watched it. Never got into it. I was like, I'm not gonna watch like basically like a cooler NASCAR. And then obviously they're talking, like, I watched a couple episodes of Rogan, and he has like 3 guests in a row that mention it. I'm like, all right, something's got to give. I've been seeing it way more on my timeline. Like, you know, when things just match up, you're like, all right, I'm seeing it on my timeline. I'm seeing it on commercials. F1 was just in Miami. And I'm like, all right, something's got to give. Let me check it out. So I know nothing. Dude, I put it on. It's like the documentary on, what is it? Formula One. What's it called? Drive to Survive. They have basically, they document 2017, 2018, and they do every season. And I'm in season 1, and people are like, wait until you get to season 3. Wait until you get to season 4. It gets better. And it's like, so much money is involved in this, so much drama. Like, the racing is the coolest part, but it's not the most intriguing part. It's the business behind it. It's the drama with the drivers. Like, each team has 2 drivers, and they want to beat each other more than the other drivers because you know what I mean? It just definitely check it out. There's no spoilers because it's like you can look up who wins. It's like one of those things, but it's like it's basically a documentary about the season before, and it's very intriguing. I love it. I got my Mercedes-Benz hat on the way. Should be in the mail in the next 48 hours. I didn't buy it. Bree got it for me. We were watching it hammered.
Shout out, Bree.
Watching
it hammered.
Yeah, watching it hammered. I had to go back and rewatch a couple episodes. But yeah, I watched they were in Monaco on Sunday, and it's cool because it's usually in the morning, like 9:55, 9 o'clock. So you wake up, put it on, and it's like nice and soothing. Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's dope. The POV of them in the car doing these turns, it's like, how do they even do that? There's no way. It's like, how much Adderall are you taking? Yeah, Formula One, new sport added. Now I just added playoff hockey. Regular season I can't watch, but playoff hockey, I'm maxed out right now. I'm adding too many sports. This is nuts.
Guy is broadening his horizons for real.
For real, right? Golf was added 3 years ago. I'm diverse. I'm as diverse as they come. I'm open-minded too, and that's important. Hey, if somebody that I know and respect and like something, I want to get into it. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm open-minded. If you like some and I like you, I'm gonna try it. What else we got? Let's do some shout-outs.
Shout out this yogurt that I'm eating.
Yeah, you've been eating that yogurt for an hour. How is it not eaten already?
My new ship that my brother put me on, I just buy like regular plain, yogurt whenever they have it, because we don't got shit now.
Wait, Gravy's FaceTiming me right now. Hello?
What does he want?
Am I back on?
Yeah, you're here. You never left.
Okay.
But what
I didn't know because my computer froze. My bad.
I put protein powder in that bitch, and I'll have.
Go ahead. I at least picked it up so we could see what I'm doing.
And I'll have like Fruity Pebbles protein powder. I just bought Cocoa Pebbles. That shit is fire, bro. Because this yogurt got 15 grams of protein with only 80 calories. Yo,
sorry.
Tell Gray.
I know. I didn't want to like decline it and then text him why I declined it. So I figured if I picked up, he's at Raw with Ben. Doing? So shout out the second half of the utility players, the retired utility players. But yeah, no, that's I drink every morning. I drink non-dairy yogurt. It's like comes in a bottle of health food. So it's a good way to start my morning and coat your stomach. You know what I mean? I take a couple of swigs out of it. But yeah, I like regular yogurt. Throw some granola in there, some honey. Fire. Right? With some blueberries.
The honey is good.
Bro, you get plain yogurt because, if you're trying to eat healthy, which you are, if you buy some of this yogurt with all this sugar and all these artificial stuff in it, just buy the plainest yogurt, and it's cheaper usually, obviously.
Shit's 64 cents.
That's what I mean. And then you add honey, granola, you add fresh fruit, whatever you want to add to it. You basically have what you would have paid for, but a real version of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Good way to start you're eating it for dinner, so it's different.
I'm gonna fucking probably make some eggs or something a little bit. I
eggs now. You're gonna have yogurt and eggs for dinner. All right,
bro. Look, man. You know what I found out Saturday night? I texted one of my close friends, because he's been working out for a while, and this dude got yoked like quick, like he's all natty, and I kind of just hit him up. I was like, yo, I need some advice, blah 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 blah, and like he called me a few hours later. He's like, bro, I thought like because he used to run this little basketball thing, and like during like the half of it, he would have like a Bible study,
Mm-hmm.
and it was always like 30, 40 people would go out. It'd be crazy hoop runs. And he was like, look, man, I thought you were in some trouble. Like, he's like, anytime any of the guys, like I still stay in touch with them, they hit me up talking about they need some advice. It's either they got their girl pregnant, they getting locked up, like, they getting kicked out of the crib. He's like, I'm just glad it was a good thing for a change. And he told me you can make your own protein.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, I was like, so like, because I asked him, I was like, what are you taking for like pre-workout? Like, what vitamins, what supplements, like what are you taking for protein, all that kind of stuff. And he goes, I make my own stuff. I'm like, you do what? He's like, yeah. He's like, it tastes really bad. Like it tastes like chemicals, but it's all
tastes
raw
like
stuff.
chemicals. You would oh, interesting. Huh.
Because it's literally like he was like for his like during workout stuff, he takes like L-citrulline, L-glutamine, or whatever, like all that kind of stuff, and it's just a powder. And I've only seen it in pill form.
Got you.
So he was like, no, the powder's better, because sometimes he says that the pill, they'll just like the manufacturer will like put whatever kind of stuff in there just to like fill it up.
Fill it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So he said he's gonna send me some stuff over. I'm excited to see what that is, but I had no idea you could make your own protein, bro. That shit kind of just like blew me away. He's like you kind of have to work out a little bit harder, and you're gonna have to do maybe a little bit more sets and reps, but it's worth it. So
yeah, I just got I was at Aldi's. I got a new bench I showed you. I got like a couple cheap like dumbbells, nothing crazy, just like a starter set almost for me to, because I stopped going to the gym like 2 years ago during COVID, or at the start of COVID, and now I just need, I got time, so it's like, all right, I'll take the time and I'll make my own gym in my garage. I got the room, I got the time, I got,
bro. That's all you need. You need some dumbbells and a bench. Like you got
very simple,
much
right?
everything. Yeah.
Like,
you don't really need much.
Yeah, I think I
on the quads for the workout.
Yeah. I think on the dumbbell set and the bench total, I spent $40 because I got like Marshalls had a deal. Dropped so much money in Marshalls the other day because I needed new like summer fits. Yeah, completely needed. When you get dressed and you're like, all right, I want to rock this shirt, but man, I can't wear it with those pants or this shoe. And I'm like, I need some plain fucking. Give me navy blue. Give me black. Give me like simple shit. I was like, this summer, I'm not looking at my closet for minutes at a time trying to match things or make it make sense. It's like, I need plain fucking clothes.
Yeah.
That's why as you get older, that's why people's fashion changes as they get older. It's that exact reason. When you're younger, you're like, oh, fuck it, who cares? I want this color to match with this color. Now it's like, dude, I'll dress in all black every single day of my life if I need to.
That's what I'm on right now, bro. I'm Nike'd out. Shout out Nike Outlet, bro.
Shout out Nike.
I'm in Nike hoodie, Nike sweatpants, bro. Like only because I just got out of a fucking ice tub. I was in the ice bath after my workout.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's not fun, bro.
Yeah, I believe that.
Shit is not fun, but it's needed. It feels good after a while.
Reset the body.
Yep, it was good. I might take a shower next. Who knows, bro? I don't
eat some eggs, take a shower, whatever.
I just do things to do them nowadays. I don't have any meaning behind it. Like,
hey, you're not. It's all good things. You're not out there causing
I'm almost done with the other book. With another book, bro. I'm still on my reading tip.
All right.
So,
what more shout outs you got? Let's wrap this up.
Shout out Memorial Day. I know we touched on that early, but just everyone that did what they had to do, fought for our country, fought for our freedom. That's not an easy thing to do. So, mad ups, mad respect to all of them. Shout out Kiki, her birthday on the 1st, June 1st. She had a little party over the weekend. Got super faded. Got a lot of pics.
Did I see is she 30?
The dirty 30. She was like, don't be too
shout
mean.
Out.
Yeah. Shout out her on her birthday. Yeah.
We all get there. Hopefully more of us can.
Give her some love. Shit,
What
man.
else you got?
Shout out Jimmy Butler, bro. Shout out Jimmy Butler.
That contract when they signed him, I didn't love it. You know, I get it. If he was gonna be in his mid-30s in the prime of that contract, it was like I don't know if I like that. Obviously, 2 years in, looks good. So far, so good. You know, sometimes out of a 4-year deal, if you get 2 really great years, you're like, all right. As long as the next 2 aren't god awful, which I don't think they will, it's just health.
No.
Just health. You know what you're getting out of him when he plays. So, what's that?
Fireworks going off right now, bro.
Is that fireworks? Yeah, It sounded like somebody was knocking on your door.
I was about to grab my Glock. Be like Gervonta Davis. I got a lot of ammunition. ain't no safety on this Glock.
He's my man Jim Gray was like, yo, hold up on that gun talk. That stick talk. That was funny.
Oh man.
Oh, R.I.P. Ray Liotta.
Oh yeah, bro.
Goodfellas, classic movies, shows. You know, he died in his sleep at a young age, 60 something.
Yeah. He was out in DR
Pretty wild.
recording another movie.
Was he?
Man, it's sad. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like
Goodfellas is so
top
classic,
5. If
bro.
it's on,
Yeah.
and I'm on the guide, I can't not at least turn it on for 5 seconds. I have to at least hit it and put it on because I want to see what part it's. You know, like those movies that it's on and you don't know what part of the movie they're in. You just want to see.
That's what makes it great, bro.
It's
like
so
it could
great.
be any scene. It could be any scene.
And you're like, yes, I thank God I caught it at this moment.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm a clown. I amuse you.
I posted that. That was so good.
So
No.
great.
No, explain. I make you laugh. Like he dragged like that part is so like Joe Pesci's amazing, by the way.
so
Like
great.
everything he's in that I've watched, he's brilliant. But he stretches that scene out. You could tell that scene was probably only meant to be like 30 seconds. It's a 2-minute scene. And he's just talking like, no, tell me. You're the one who said it. And then Ray Liotta does such a good job of, but he does such a good job trying to like. He pauses. He's like, I'm saying you're funny. Like that whole scene is amazing. Oh, it's so good. And then didn't he shoot a guy like the scene after or something? Like what the fuck?
He shoots him in the foot.
Yeah,
He shoots him in the foot.
dude, he's wild in that movie.
Yo, and just like when he's driving, he's like looking for the helicopter. He's like, yo, I swear that helicopter's been following me the whole day.
That's one of my favorite like parts of the movie where it just chaos. It's fucking chaos, bro.
What do you mean you flushed it down the toilet? That was $60,000. That was all we had left. The cops, they were gonna find it. He's like, they weren't gonna find it.
Just super paranoid.
They just break down together, cry, and just hug each other. Like, bruh, nah.
That is such a wild movie. Because like it takes you through like 2.5 hours of like it's slow in the beginning, or it kind of in the beginning it's weird. It's like intense, and then slow, and then builds up the characters, and then it's just chaos at the end. Like what the fuck is happening? Yeah, great movie, Goodfellas. If you haven't watched it and you're watching this, don't watch this again.
Bro,
go, yeah, please. Like, don't even listen to this podcast. You're not qualified.
I forgot he was in Blow. I forgot he was.
Is he? Was he?
Yeah, he's the dad. He's what's his name?
Oh,
dad?
okay, yeah,
Johnny
okay,
Depp's
yeah,
dad or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how like some actors are in movies that you watch all the time and you don't realize because that's how they do a good job. You know they're doing a good job because they're not doing too much. He's like one of those guys that I grew up watching him. So, in most of the movies that I watched or shows or something. But shout out Ray Liotta. Cheers, my name. That's all I got on my end, brother.
Yeah, that's all I got too, man. Just
let's go on Twitter real quick.
Keep being you, bro. Keep being you. Like, just strive for what's best. Do your best. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about how other people look at you. Like you don't know what they got going on, So
nope, never do.
Don't take shit personal, man. Like I'm just quoting shit from my book right now. Like,
I like it. No, I knew that's what you were doing.
It's not me.
The NFL cornerback talking about life and all that. NFL cornerback Jeff Gladney died at 25 in a car accident today. Sucks.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
His name didn't ring a bell, or I don't remember much of him, but I think he's a good up and coming corner, from at least what I gathered. The Mona Lisa.
Oh yeah, someone smeared cake or some shit on it.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're a dummy. You don't think it's protected, idiot. God.
Hey, what happened with Jock Peterson and Tommy Pham?
Oh,
Real quick.
Jock Peterson. Yeah, he. My man, I thought they were trolling the media at one point.
I thought so too. I thought it was.
I was waiting for somebody to bust out laughing, and I was like, oh wait, no one's like, they're smirking about it, but. And then I watched the video. He fucking really smacks him, like
I haven't seen
harder
that.
than Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Yeah, I'll show it to you. It's like from far away, but like he yokes him. I think he has glasses on, Peterson, and they flew off. Like he yoked him. Basically, fantasy football, competitiveness, dog. He tried, and I'm a league manager in my baseball league, and sometimes people try to stretch the rules a little bit. He tried to take advantage of. His IL slots, which everybody does, and somebody didn't like it. He allegedly sent a GIF disrespecting fam.
Being ass.
Dude, wildness. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is the world we live in. Players are fighting. Players will fight each other over that, but won't fight each other over like things they should. Like, especially in baseball.
Yeah, when it actually goes down and they're fighting, like when they all run out and shit, like nothing will happen about that. He's over here like showing the GIF, like when they were like reporting.
Wild! I can't believe that.
I'll just show you guys.
Yeah, that was a wild story. From I couldn't believe I was waiting hours for it to come out like it was a joke, ha ha ha, but like it was real. It's like, wow, this is nuts. I mean, it would happen with us. I mean. Normal people, that's okay to happen to. We're not on TV, we're not on cameras, nobody will know.
Pro athletes,
but for pro athletes, for somebody to go up to somebody else, smack them, and then the other dude to be like, "Yeah, it had to do about an IL spot on my fantasy football." That's wild. Oh my gosh, but he maybe he said some slick. Maybe there's something more to it that they're not saying. Maybe he said some slick shit.
Who knows?
Can't allow man. You can't allow people to be slapping you these days. Slapping people is the new like man thing. Like we're throwing fists. Has to. Bro, I'm taking you to the ground. That's it.
Dog, that's so ground disrespectful. Slapping someone, bro. Like
I wouldn't even allow somebody to push me. I'm not saying I'd hold my own in fighting, but at least I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna react. People aren't reacting these days. It's like, bro. Can't have people coming up to you just smacking you and walking away.
What the hell are people doing outside the crib right now, bro? Like, this is obnoxious, bro. This is terrible.
Yeah, it's not 4th of July.
New Stranger Things? I haven't seen it yet. I just went back and started watching it all over again because I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Yeah, I never got into that.
I'm so lost. So I think that's what they wanted us to do. Just go back and watch it all over again.
New Obi-Wan. I got to watch on Disney.
Yep.
Star Wars geek out.
Moon Knight was really good.
Oh, you finished it?
Yep.
Wow. Oh yeah, you've been sick. You had time.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll talk about that maybe next week or randomly. But what else? That's it. Episode 25. I know we keep saying guests and all that. We got to book them. My man Fort's been sick. I've been hungover. The fact that we were able to do this episode is a testament to you and me, brother. Commitment, consistency. Because we shouldn't have recorded today, basically. We shouldn't have. I was dead. Died. DD. Dead. All right, episode 25. Elvis Escobar, depressed fan.
Years.
Depressed fan, Fort Sama. Enter the lab, exit the lab, peace.